Track and field continues to shine.
And bowling gets a top 5 finish.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. Welcome into the Penguin Rundown. I'm Monica Kurjan alongside Richie Giuliano. Richie, this is the first time you and I have been in these chairs together in a while.
Yeah, it has been, and it's a great time to be back in these chairs because all of our teams are starting to get back into their normal schedule, all playing in the spring. And, you know, some teams have already gotten underway and have had good performances.
It's very exciting, especially after last semester, no one was playing and it was hard for us to find what to cover. So now having everyone competing and competing well, it's really exciting. So why don't you take us away with men's basketball?
Let's do it. The men's basketball team was back in action this past weekend as they hosted Detroit Mercy for a 2-game series Friday and Saturday. The men put up a fight but lost both games. On Friday, the Penguins lost 78-75 despite making a season-high 13 made three-pointers. Senior Garrett Covington was the leading scorer for the Gwins with 24 points and a career-best 5 made threes. Senior Michael Akuche posted his 4th double-double of the season with 18 points and 11 rebounds. On Saturday, the men's basketball team lost another close one to the Titans, 77-72 in Game 2. Senior Naz Bohannon led the team with 20 points and 11 rebounds, recording a double-double. Covington, Akuche, and freshman Shamar Rattan-Mays also scored in double digits for the Penguins. The men's basketball team falls to 8-10 overall and 4-10 in Horizon League play. Up next, the Gwins visit Robert Morris on Friday and Saturday. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. on Friday and 5 p.m. on Saturday. Both games can be heard on 570 WKBN.
The women's basketball team took the short trip to Moon Township this past weekend to take on the Robert Morris Colonials for the first time in Horizon League play. On Friday night, the Penguins had some trouble scoring the basketball, shooting just 32% from the field and 15% from three-point range. The Penguins did get a solid night out of the true freshman Nneka Obiizer, who was near a double-double with 16 points and 8 rebounds. The Colonials' defense was suffocating all night and held Youngstown State to just 16 points in the second half, which led Robert Morris to take Game 1 of the series 61-46. The Penguins slept on the loss and came back motivated to play on Saturday. Youngstown State made the adjustment offensively as the two seniors Mary Dunn and Chelsea Olson were the leading scorers for YSU. Dunn finished with a double-double of 25 points and 11 rebounds, while Olson pitched in 18 points and 7 rebounds. The Penguins split the series with a 71-64 win on Saturday. Up next, the women return to the Beagley Center to take on the winless Purdue Fort Wayne. Tip-off is set for 2 p.m. on Friday and can be heard on iHeartRadio or watched on ESPN+.
The volleyball team was off to a great start as they swept their opening series against IUPUI. The Gwins defeated the Jaguars 3-1, making their starting record 2-0. YSU fought hard through 22 lead changes and 37 ties to come away with back-to-back wins. Sophomore Josie Borum led the team with 12 kills, while juniors Alexia Burns and Amanda Lebiota respectively had 9 kills. Burns also led the team in digs with 13, along with 21 assists, making her just 1 kill shy of a triple-double on the night. On Monday, the Gwins endured the first loss of the season to Purdue Fort Wayne with a score of 3-0. Freshman outside hitter Amber Morse made her YSU debut in this match, contributing 2 kills and 1 block. For highlights of Tuesday's matchup against Purdue Fort Wayne, be sure to check out YSUsports.com.
The YSU track and field squad returned to action at home in the Watt Center. They hosted the 2-day mid-major invitational last weekend, carrying away 11 top-place finishes. Junior Sean Peterson set the event record in the 800-meter dash, beating the previously held record by 2 seconds. To compare, this is the 18th fastest time for the 800-meter in the country, according to YSUsports.com and the Track and Field Results Reporting System. The Gwins had 61 top 5 finishes overall at the Invitational. Starting the day off right for the women, sophomore Janiyah Brown won her event, the 60-meter dash. Her teammate, freshman Madison Murray, finished first in the 60-meter hurdles. The men clinched the top 3 times in the 60-meter dash, led by the sophomore sprinter, Jamink Jackson. For the full list of highlights from the event, check out ysusports.com. Now we'll send it over to Abbas and Kelsey at the roundtable for more on track and field.
Welcome into the roundtable. I'm here with the boss, Braswell. Boss, when I heard we were doing track and field for this roundtable, I was so excited. There's always so much to talk about with track and field. I mean, in this event alone, they had 60 top 5 finishes and 11 event wins. What do you think of their overall performance?
I think they're putting on a clinic right now. Everybody's playing at amazingly high levels. We have freshmen coming in and they're making a name for themselves. And also we have the upperclassmen that keep on just doing well. We have people keep on breaking records. It seems like we're breaking records every couple of weeks, and it's great. Like one of the records is Sean Peterson. In his 800-meter, he broke a school record, and that's just a big confidence booster for him for the rest of the season and for the rest of the team. We also have Wyatt Lefker, who also broke a record. He broke his record in the pole vault, and it's just really good for him. So.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of the other performances as well really stood out. The 60-meter dash, especially for the men and the women. But for the men's side, Jamink Jackson took first place, followed by 2 other Penguins, Christian Ford and Zaire Fabian, which is just incredible. You can't get much better than domination of an event. Another great event was the men's relay team for the distance. All freshmen, like you said, great performances by our newcomers. They beat Transylvania University, which I think really speaks for the future of these freshmen.
Right, yeah. Another freshman that did really good was Javon Poole in his 60-meter hurdle. He placed second. I feel like that's a great start to his career here at YSU. I think that's nothing but, it's going to give him nothing but a confidence booster to perform well in the years coming.
Yeah, I agree. And moving on to the women, some highlights from them. The 60-meter, like I mentioned before, Janiyah Bowers and Sarithia Henderson took the top 2 places in that, and then they went on the next event, 200-meter, totally dominated in that as well. Another great freshman performance on the women's team was Madison Murray, who also won the 60-meter hurdle, ironically enough. But again, we can't stress this enough. They're coming out to their first events and just crushing it. It's amazing.
Right, yeah, everybody's looking good right now. Like we said, we want to stress the fact that the freshmen are putting on clinics. We have another pole vaulter that's a freshman, and she came out and she did well. We even in the field part, everybody's doing well in there, placing top 5 and everything. So I think it's going to be a bright future.
I agree. We're definitely looking forward to the track and field season. Up next, they're at Kent State University on February 13th for the Doug Raymond Invite, and we're definitely looking forward to that. So tune back in next week for some more coverage. Back to you guys.
The men's and women's swim and dive team had a successful match against Gannon this past Friday in the Beagley Natatorium. The women earned 12 wins in their 205-85 victory. Ida Juranovic earned first place in the 1,000-yard freestyle with a time of 11 minutes and 2.5 seconds, and also won the 200-yard butterfly with a time of 2 minutes and 12.96 seconds. Jamie Lemming won the 100-yard backstroke with a time of 1 minute and 13 seconds while taking first, and the 200 back with a time of 2 minutes and 10.96 seconds. In her Penguin debut, Sage Kemeny won the 200-yard breaststroke with a time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds, and took first place in the 200 IM with a time of 2 minutes and 12.22 seconds as well. The men also had their fair share of wins as they defeated Gannon 166-130, winning 8 events. The Gwins were led by Ben Ginger, winning 3 events in the effort. Ginger took the 100-yard breaststroke with a time of 57.54 seconds, placed first in the 200 breast with a time of 2 minutes and 8.13 seconds, and won the 200 IM with a time of 1 minute and 59.49 seconds. Soma Albert set new school records in the 200-yard backstroke and 100 back in his YSU debut. He finished first in the 200-yard backstroke with a time of 1 minute and 55.2 seconds and placed second and the 100 back with a time of 53.12 seconds. Check out YSUsports.com for more information on the men's and women's swim and dive team.
The women's soccer team announced that they will be kicking off a spring season after the Horizon League released a 10-game schedule. The Gwins will be hosting 5 games in Farmers National Bank Field and will be away for another 5. Along with starting a new season, Youngstown State welcomed in 9 new recruits during the offseason. The team begins play on Wednesday, February 3rd, as YSU battles Oakland at home.
Men's tennis finally returned to play this past weekend after not playing a single match in almost a year. On Saturday, they traveled to Illinois to face off against Northern Illinois, where senior Vasilis Vardakis opened the season with a singles win. Unfortunately, they went on to lose every other match, ending in a 6-1 decision in favor of NIU. Jao Guerrero and David Alvarez Moreno both won their first set and lost the next 2 to end their matches. In doubles play, the Penguins still could not come away with a win as they lost all 3 matches as well. On Sunday, they lost a close decision to North Dakota, falling 4-3. Laurentiu Montecescu, Eric Gran, and Vardakis all were able to pick up victories in singles play. Together in a doubles match, Will Everett and Vasilis Vardakis were able to pick up a win for the Penguins, the only win in doubles for the team. They will be back in action tomorrow as they host Buffalo at the YSU Indoor Tennis Center, the first ever dual match for the men in the new facility.
Friday, the women's bowling team made their way to the PVAMU Invitational. The bowlers met with some tough competition, but were able to complete their matches with 3 wins and 2 losses. Youngstown State's best victory came from a 1-pin difference against the #1 seed of the tournament, McKendree, with a score of 968 to 967. The tournament carried over to Saturday, where the Gwins continued to excel. Megan Grams played the best 2 games of her career, shooting a .248 against Texas Southern and a .258 against Arkansas State. This earned her a runner-up position for the tournament, including her performance on Sunday, plus an award for the highest game of the tournament overall. This drove the team's confidence into the following matches. The Gwins finished the day in 3rd place, which was a far step up from the 9th place position they held the night before. The tournament concluded on Sunday with the team fighting their best. They won 4 head-to-head matches against top 10 teams, though still lost 3 matches early in order to make a run for a 7-game win. The Gwins' final run placed them 5th overall in the tournament. The YSU women's bowling team will be seen back on the lanes at the James Brown Invitational for the start of 3 straight weeks of competition through the rest of February. It's now time for Penguin Play of the Week. We're going to send it over to Kyle Wills, who has more.
Thanks, guys. This week's Play of the Week is going to go to Shamar Rattan-Mays and his 3-point shot against Detroit Mercy. Let's take a look. Naz drives from the corner, finds Rattan-Mays for the 3. As we take a second look here, Rattan-Mays gets hacked from the side and gets fouled, falls to the ground, but still manages to make the 3-point shot. Rattan-Mays will go on to convert the and 1 to convert the rare 4-point play. Congratulations to Shamar Rattan-Mays on being this week's Play of the Week, and good luck to the men's basketball team this upcoming weekend. Back to Richie and Monica.
Thanks, Kyle. That does it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, check out YSUsports.com. And be sure to follow us on all of our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm Monica Kurjan.
And I'm Richie Giuliano.
See you next week, Penguin Nation.